welcome to the channel. This is going to be the new moon in Virgo reading for all signs. This is the September 2023 new moon. We're going to be pulling 4 cards and then an oracle card or 2 to see what message Spirit has for us for this new moon. While we pull the cards, I'm just going to talk real quickly about the new moon. This new moon, like I said, is in Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo is the sign in the zodiac that loves to plan, loves to be practical, and loves to, have a list to get things done. This also will coincide with the same sign that Mercury will be going direct the next day following. This new moon, Mercury is still retrograde. This new moon will be on Thursday, and the Mercury direct will be on Friday. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Virgo as of right now. I also believe we are still technically in Virgo season with the sun. So a lot going on in Virgo. Like I said, this is an earth sign, so the moon is in an earthy sign. It is in a very practical sign, very structured sign, very list-loving sign, very perfectionist type of sign. New moons always are good for planning and projects and seeding things for the future, but I think more so with this one that still do that definitely, but we're definitely going to be taking more of a practical approach with this moon. This moon is more of a lister, or planner, stuff like that. So yes, we're going to be seeding for the future. We're going to be putting our dreams onto this new moon. We're going to be manifesting with this new moon, very much so. It is always about new starts, new chances, new beginnings. It's a clean slate. It's a fresh slate to start building again from. And being an earth sign, this is something that we could use in our practical lives, our everyday lives, our earthly plane of reality and existence. And so what I'm thinking with this new moon is what are the steps, or what can we look at in our life that, make a list, pros and cons of this dream, or steps required for this dream, or reevaluating our lives in Virgo, wherever the Virgo is in your chart. And Mercury is retrograde there as well, so we are learning lessons here in Virgo, wherever Virgo may be for your chart. Maybe it's in the career sector of your life, maybe it's in the health sector of your life, maybe it's in family life, maybe it's with siblings and relationships. You can use a birth chart to figure that out quite easily, and I will link one below so you can figure out what house it's in. Now, reminder, a quick aside, you do need your birth time and location to get the accurate results. Otherwise, you're not going to know what houses fall where, and it's going to be kind of a guess at that point for you. But you can see where this new moon will be. You can see where Mercury is, because they're in the same spot. And those would be the lessons, right? Because Mercury being retrograde is showing you lessons, or making you do a review. We just got through Venus's review. Now Mercury's wrapping up its review. And this new moon here is a fresh start. It's okay, this is the lessons that were being learned in this area of your life. So for example, let's say it's career. This is your lessons that you've learned in career. This is what hasn't been working. This is what needed review. This is what needed revision. Now, how can we use this new moon, which is fresh starts, which is new beginnings, which is an empty, clean slate, to be practical? Okay, here's how I need to move forward. Here's a list of things that need to be done. Here's a list of things I like about this job. Here's a list of things I don't like about this job. Well, what about this offer over here? Here are the pros and cons of that. Okay, I want to become this thing in my career. How do I get there? Okay, here are the practical steps to do that. These are the steps I can follow. These are the steps that can get done to make sure that I get to where I want to be. It's a moon that's very down to earth and very practical. So That's the best way I feel to use that. So now let's see what the spirits have to say to us as a message for this new moon. We have 4 cards here. We have the High Priestess, the 7 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is pretty much what I was just saying in card form. So we have the High Priestess as the energy of this new moon, and it's no surprise she's here. The High Priestess rules the realms of intuition, of psychic ability, and of the moon, right? Yes, the moon is its own card, but her symbol is the moon, right? She has a crescent moon on her in this card, but she rules the intuition. She rules the psychic realms. She rules the emotions. She rules the body. She rules the subtle energies, and that planet that rules those things is the moon. Yes, in astrology, the sun and moon are planets. They are called luminaries as well, but they're considered planets. Yeah, so this is what the High Priestess rules, and being that it's subtle energies, right, the things that aren't so much in your face, or the hidden knowledge, right, she guards the hidden knowledge. That's even more specifically the new moon. So our energy for this week, for this moon in this card is the new moon. It's showing up right here. Now it's action, or this would be more of its purpose or drive here, is the 7 of Pentacles. Right now it's an earth sign, so we have the moon established, and now we have the earth, and it's the 7 of Pentacles. This card, as you can see, this gentleman here is pouring his energy. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Let me bring it closer to you can see it with his hand. The focus, there we go. You see that channel of energy being poured into that little tree as its roots go deep into the ground. Right from the surface, all you see is that little tree, but underneath is this giant system of roots, this root working system that has made itself manifest and has rooted itself, and is growing into this tree. And the 7 of Pentacles is a card that, in a way can speak of boredom, not so much so as the 4 of Cups, which is purely boredom, but this card is hard work, it's manifestation, and it's practicality, right? This person has poured so much energy, right? Because it's the 7, there's already energy being poured into whatever they're growing, in this case a little tree, and there's a lot under the surface that you don't see, right? So if you put this with the High Priestess, which guards the secrets, which is the moon, which is the subtle things, what we don't see, right? This new moon is showing that there's already things in motion. There's already things in the earth, deep under the soil that you can't see, moving forward to help you manifest whatever it is that you're trying to do. And it's a reminder or an encouragement to keep pouring your energy into it, because it's not quite a full tree yet, right? You do have a little baby tree there, but it's not quite full manifest, right? It's not, in the sense of the lunar cycles, not the full moon yet, right? It's still the new moon, but you do have the groundwork there, right? You do have the seeds in place, putting the seeds in the soil that will sprout as you pour energy into it, into that little tree. And it's all about being practical. This card is all about being practical. This is not head in the clouds type of thinking, and you'll see that when we get to the Queen of Swords. This is not, fantasy world thinking. This is practical. This is real. This is, what can I do? How am I using my energy? Is everything being used to the best of my ability? Am I being upfront with this? Am I being practical about this? Am I being real with myself about this? Is this worth my time? And if not, then we need to move on to something that is. And that goes to the Queen of Swords. She, yes, is in the clouds, is in the sky, but she is a very pragmatic card. She is a very, I only want the facts type of energy. She can have a bit of a reputation for being a little cold, a little removed, a little non-emotional in a sense, right? She's very much in her head or in her mind or in her intellect. She's a queen of swords. Swords rule words, thoughts, communication, you know, the higher realms of truth and perception. So she really only cares about the truth. She only really cares about the facts. What's the truth? You know, is this practical? You know, I don't really give, I don't care if this is pie in the sky. We don't want pie in the sky. We want practical, truthful, workable information that we can move forward with to create something in this physical plane. You know, this is very down to earth astrology. Yes, it's subtle. Yes, it uses the intuition. Yes, it uses the emotions. But this is ruled by earth. This is ruled by practical thinking. This is ruled by reality. And we have in our outcome here the Wheel of Fortune. So this card to me, this one is kind of important whether it's upright or reversed. Now I always read the cards more or less in their upright positions, and I'll just use whatever's next to them to say whether or not it's considered reverse or not. This is very much upright, and let me pull it close so you can see the details on this one. Right, this is all about duality and balance, luck and chance. The Wheel of Fortune for me as a card has always been the fate and destiny. Whenever you see the Wheel of Fortune is always a symbol for me, for my team, to pay attention. What you're seeing here is important. And so I'll pass that message on to all of you. What we are planning this week, what we are intending this week, what seeds we're sowing this week is important. The Wheel of Fortune is the fate and destiny card. So, is this something that you were always meant to do? Is this something that has been calling you for a while and you've been putting off, and now you have no choice but to do it? Is this something that, you know, has great importance for you? You know, this is also a card of luck and favor. And so the Wheel of Fortune being in its upright position speaks about luck being on your side, speaks about the wheel spinning in your favor, right? If it was in the reversed position, it would say that things are against you. And being in the upright position, it's saying things are for you. And being that we have very good, strong, practical cards next to us, I see this as the wheel in the upright position. So they're saying to do all of these things that we've talked about, right, with the seeds and the sowing and the practicality. But now that you have fate on your side, what would you do if you knew you had no chance of failure? What would you do if you knew you had luck on your side? And how could you do it practically? How could you do it smartly? What are those steps that you can do that can be made and measured as progress, and are truth to you, and honors yourself and the things that you hold dear, that honors your fate and destiny, that honors the purposes that you're here for? And how can you move forward with that, with luck being on your side? It's a very strong moon. It's a very, I want to say harsh because it's not harsh, but it's very like truthful. It's very practical. It's very down to earth. It's very like just the facts, please. Let's real quick pull an oracle card and see from the Green Witch Oracle set and see what messages Spirit has with that. Actually, we'll pull two and see if they have anything more to add to the message for this moon. So we have longevity. This is a chrysanthemum flower. We'll pull one more, please. One more. That's another air sign there. All right, let's see. And we have purification, which is a snapdragon. So putting these together with the reading is pretty much backing up what I said, but this one I think is the most important. Longevity, right? This is practical planning for the long haul, right? Which is kind of what I was talking about. Put these two together with the Wheel of Fortune. This is something that's going to be around for quite a while. This is something that's fate, that's destiny, that's luck, that's purposeful. It's purposeful astrology this week. It's something that will be around for the long haul. This is planning out. This is long-standing planning. This is into the future. Hey, you know, this could be a month out, a year out, 5 years out, 10 years out, but make it practical, right? If we're planning 10 years out, let's not focus on the steps that are required for us in years 9 and 10. Let's focus on the steps that are required for us right now, in week 1, day 1. Okay, what are the baby steps? They don't have to be big steps. What are the baby steps that I need to do? Okay, maybe I need to get my resume up. Okay, now we need to start looking for jobs. Okay, now we need to start applying. Okay, wait a couple of days, now we need to start following up. You know, and each step, magic can be added, intuition can be poured in, and you can charm the process. And this also, this card here, purification, is saying that this is something that is needed, right? This is something that needs to be purified. New moons are very purifying, right? It's the period in the sky where it's dark, right? This is a spot where rest can be done as well, where, you know, banishings and cleansings and such are performed to cleanse us for the new cycle. So this new moon is saying that we need to cleanse ourselves. We need to purify ourselves from the old. Whatever lessons that the moon and Mercury have brought for us, especially wherever Virgo is in your chart, wherever that is, whatever lessons that's being brought forth, and even on a general sense, right? You should know what's going on in your life. What is that lesson that has been nagging at you in the back of your head? And how do we purify ourselves from this? You know, and this doesn't have to be any big ritual or anything. Like, purification is simple. You could just wash your hands. You could brush your teeth. You know, if you want to get more fancy with it, you can light a candle and write down the things you want to get rid of and burn the petition. Now, be careful and be safe with fire, obviously. You could even just pour those petitions into the candle itself, right? Speak to the candle and light it, and let the smoke, as you blow it out, right? Let it burn for a while, and then when you blow it out, the smoke carries it away. You know, like I said, take a bath or a shower. You could even use, you know, oils and such to purify yourself with. You know, of course, be skin safe when you're doing stuff like that. But there's many, many ways. Sound cleansing is another one. Like, it doesn't have to be anything huge, but purify your body, purify your mind, purify your soul to move forward into the work that will be there for the long haul. All right, that's my message. That's what Spirit's given us. This is for the new moon in Virgo, which again will be on Thursday. And Mercury will be going direct on Friday. That's really the big astrology for this week, is just the end of the week here. Now, new moons, just like full moons, can be felt for 3-day periods. So that is the day before Wednesday, the day of Thursday, and the day after Friday. Once you can start seeing the moon in the sky for this new moon period is when we kind of start moving into the next phases. But it's generally a 3-day period. Alright, thank you so much for coming to the channel. I hope anything here resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe. It lets me know that you resonated with the reading. As a reminder, I will leave links down below for the birth charts in case you're curious to see where Virgo falls in your chart. I will also leave links down below for the cards used here. So this would be the Light Seers Tarot and the Green Witch Oracle. They can be down below, so it's easier for you to find. As well as links to where you can get a personal reading if you'd like. Because a reminder, this has been just a general reading. So thank you so much for coming to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.